So hi everyone and welcome to another episode of the Homeroom Lending Podcast. Today I'm joined by my co-host Kim Fontanez.
Hi.
And Hector Villatoro.
Hello.
And Villatoro. So Hector, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into the industry?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I am very grateful for that. And secondly, I'll tell you, I've been in the business for almost 20 years.
Okay.
My name is Hector Villatoro. Like I said before, I am the broker for RV. I have a couple of different businesses, but how I started with real estate
Yeah.
Excellent.
back in 2002.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
I
Excellent.
started as an agent, and I end up. That was in 2002. It was really tough. I suffered for a few years. Like many of my,
I was just going to say, like a lot of people, right?
yeah, like many of our fellow agents.
Right.
But the good thing is this: I persisted. I stayed onto it. I was learning myself, and I went through it.
That's great. Good for you.
Yeah, so because RV is, I know you. I've known of your office.
Yes.
I know you guys have been there for a long time, very successful. I know you're one of the top real estate offices in that area.
Yes.
What areas are you covering now? What's your main? Well, first of all, where's your office and what's your coverage?
Very good question. My office is here in Bronco, 1771 Bronco Road. We've been there for a very long time. And actually, it was a different office before I took over.
Okay.
And then I took over in 2008 in the middle of the
Oh wow.
Wow.
of the crash.
That's tough.
Yeah, everybody was closing the door. I was opening.
And you're opening.
Yeah, so
Wow. That's tough.
And
Yeah.
here you
That's
are.
hard. Yeah,
I know
and
you
here
have
you are.
a lot of agents.
Yes.
You have a big team basically.
I have a very big team. I have more than 35 agents
Good for
and
you.
growing. And the good thing is this: I have a really successful agent, and they still stay.
Beautiful.
A lot of time, don't get me wrong, we all wanted to make more money, and every day you hear somebody say to you, oh, come here, you're going to get more money.
Right.
Come there, I'm going to get you this. I'm happy that I have an agent that they have 10 years, 12 years with me, and they're staying with me because they trust me.
So
Beautiful.
important. It's the
Yeah.
most important
That's-
thing.
yeah,
Trust.
That's key.
That's what we say all the time. It's so important that our clients trust us. Make sure
Correct.
we have their best interest.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, and to be able to retain real estate agents, it's not easy in this industry because there's so many options.
Yes.
You have EXP, you have all
Yes.
these you have the Keller Williams. There's so much competition, but I know RV's been there for a long time. I know I know some of the agents that work there, and they're super happy.
Yeah, well,
There's
and as you say, every day, and I see their emails. A lot of them, they share the email that they receive. Why are you giving half of your commission to the broker? But let me tell you one thing. I bring a lot of value to the table.
Right.
I have a training company that I offer for free. I buy leads for and I have
That's
leads
good.
for all the agents. They got me like 24/7, like every day. I have full support from the secretaries 7 days a week, from 9 in the morning to 8 o'clock.
Wow.
And some other places you open have a
Oh,
secretary
it's so
for
true.
a few hours.
Yes.
exactly.
Or
Yeah,
the,
You
or
can't,
the
it's
call
very
center.
hard to get somebody on the phone.
yeah, at night or
Yeah,
weekends,
forget it.
they're gone.
That's
Yes.
great.
And in our industry, it's key to be accessible in the evenings and on the weekends.
Yes.
That's a big difference.
That's very
in doing
big.
business
People
in our
that actually
industry.
are answering the phones, that's good.
Oh yeah.
A lot of the companies today, they have, automated systems. It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
You can't get somebody on the phone.
I mean, I don't want to say the name of the brokerage, but I was calling a brokerage, and nobody was picking up the phone.
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh, somebody's going to be at the front desk. Don't worry." But nobody was picking up.
No.
And
Yeah.
they didn't have even the ability, and that's one of the big ones: the
Yes.
ability to like say have somebody follow to somebody else and have a
Yes.
backup. But and that was in the middle of the day.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and sometimes they put you through a system that is
Exactly.
you have to go through like so many.
Yeah. Oh, they transfer you here. They transfer you there.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
so
I would get.
frustrating.
That's-
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
would get the system. And,
Yeah, that's good that you have that. It's
Yeah.
like old school. Get somebody on the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Speak. That's important. And a lot of people have lost that.
Yeah, well, I have many sellers who come to me and say, I look for your office because it seems like it's always open.
Yeah,
It's
see?
always available.
Exactly.
There's always action. There's
Yeah,
always,
that's good.
And I've been to your office. I mean, a long time ago, and it was a buzz. There's always a lot of people there.
Yeah.
All the times that I've been there.
Yeah, that's good.
What I love is the location. You're like in the heart of Brentwood.
Yes, we have a really good location.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of, I try to keep nice the office.
Yes.
But the location is really important.
It is.
But a lot of people also ask me why is RV so successful?
Mm-hmm.
I will say for those two reasons. Also, I'm like pretty much unless I'm on vacation, I'm
You're
at
there.
the
Right.
office.
Yes.
That's like I stay more in the office
Than home.
than in my home.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
I bet. That's the only way to be successful, I think.
I think so too. And always being available.
You know, I've heard the other day I read something where it said, being successful is not it's not getting somewhere, but it is you have a plan, you have a goal, you're executing it, and just by doing that, you are successful.
Correct.
You know, just doing that
Right.
because you have a goal, you have a plan.
Yeah.
And that makes you successful, not accomplishing things.
Yeah.
And when I think of RV, that's what I think of. Consistency. I think of because you guys are. When I think of Brentwood and I think of RV and I think of your office, it's like you guys are like a staple of the community.
Yeah, we've
That's how
been. I mean, I have to tell you also, the base is the agent doing the right thing,
Right.
and also the client that they stay loyal.
Yes.
Because we can be really good, but if we have no client, we're out.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things that I always tell my agents, is we're gonna do it, we do it right.
Right.
Like me personally, my kids are older, so I'm not like $10,000 less or more. It's not gonna make me or break me.
Exactly.
Meaning, I'm not
Yes.
like, yes, we got to do this deal. No, I mean, I'm hungry. Don't get me wrong. I'm competitive.
Of course.
But I got to do the right thing, or I don't do it.
Exactly.
I'd rather kill a deal.
Yes.
I'd rather walk away from it. And that's what a lot of agents like, the way I run the office.
Yes.
Many offices, especially with a smaller, like single office, independent, have that reputation that, they're not like straightforward. I do it straightforward or I don't do it.
Yes.
And that's the way
That's
and that's
you
why
can go to
being very
sleep at night, put your head on the pillow, and know that you did the right thing for the day.
correct.
And that's exactly how we feel, right? I mean,
yeah,
even with our clients, same thing. We have to make sure they're in their correct loan, that
Yeah.
they can afford the house, that everything's perfect.
Because on our side of the industry, it's very easy. It lends itself to very easily be able to play with the numbers. Put them in a loan that they're not supposed to. FHA versus conventional. There's always that gray area where it's left up to the loan officer. And like if it's not the right loan, that's one thing we just don't. We don't think it's not even an option.
Right.
We give
If you
the
can make
clients-
more money on one loan, that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's a good loan for you.
Right.
So we don't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just because it's these are clients like you said we're trying to keep forever. Like so.
Correct.
If the idea of where we could put them into an FHA and then later on refinance them, that's a whole different thing. And really, if it's necessary, but if you want to get the loan right from the beginning, if you get them in a conventional,
Right.
then they're better off, way better off.
Absolutely.
They save the closing costs of having to
Yeah.
refinance. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference, and I think that's how we've been able to remain successful
Right.
in a very difficult industry that's kind of getting difficult now. I feel
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it's not the same. Like so, I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Right. So perfect person to ask. So how's the inventory out there? What's really happening? What do you see the next couple of years when it comes to that?
Very good question. Right now, the inventory is freaking tough.
Yeah.
Right now, we put a house on the market. I just put a house on the market, Deer Park. 2 days ago, I already have 4 offers.
It's amazing.
And they're
right?
like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000.
over. Yeah.
Not even the word is getting people. It's like everybody's competing with that.
Yes.
And we don't know what the microeconomic might bring, but the way it goes, at least for this year, next year, probably we're staying strong.
Yes.
I don't know
agree.
what I don't know what might happen 2024 or something like that, but it's strong. I mean, for every house, every listing we put, we're talking about 20 offers.
Wow.
And many of
that
them,
amazing?
no appraisal contingency.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Wow.
and they have
amazing.
proof of fund, $200,000, $300,000
Right.
to back it up.
Yeah. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
All I hear is everything is, over asking. It's just insane.
We love that, obviously, but
course.
but I mean, we never get used to that because sooner or later something happens, boom,
Right.
interest rate or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, things are
interest
moving
rates.
fast. Yeah.
Prime example right now.
I mean, they
You
just
know.
they just kind of bounced back. They're up a little bit from from Friday from last week. There was an uptick, but they're going to stay. I think they're going to stay at these levels anyway. Hopefully in line with what the market in terms of the real estate is doing. Because if it gets away from us a little bit, then and we're already seeing it with a lot of the pre-approvals that we have, is that the rate ticking up for some buyers.
Well, I must tell you, I'm seeing some pre-approval that they were a little older pre-approval.
Yes.
Now the amount that they qualify is a lot
different.
less.
A lot
It's
less.
different.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that change,
Yeah,
that's
we
going to
just
affect
had
us.
that. Yeah, we just had one exactly that last night.
Yeah.
Same thing,
Yeah,
right?
we've been getting a lot. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody wants to. When we do a pre-approval, it's based off what the client's looking for, right? What type of price, or what type of house and whatnot. But more often than not, the pre-approval is based off their maximum. Let's say the max.
Yes.
And so
Right.
we always get, not always, but we get pretty close. And they may end up usually buying a little less, but then we make sure we tell them what's the maximum they can buy, and that's no longer the case. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
the rates are up. I want to say at least
Pre-approvals.
1%, like 100 basis points, 1 point above of what it was just 3 weeks ago. So
So we have to redo now all the pre-approvals.
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the
You
fours
know,
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're in the
And that's
fours.
something that a lot of people say, no, I qualify for this number.
Exactly.
I has to tell you, look, the interest went up.
Right.
So
Which is, that's good that you do that,
Yes.
because a lot of companies don't even look at that.
Yeah,
They just, right? I
Right.
mean, they just, you have a pre-approval? Okay. They don't even look at it, which is so important that you do that.
So actually, what do
'Cause
you
it's
tell?
great.
What do you tell new agents when they come into the business and they're dealing with their clients? Like that's like what's one piece of advice that you would give them to say, hey,
Well, the first things, I mean, you can love your buyer, but don't take them out unless they're pre-approved.
Right.
And it has to be very recent.
yeah,
Because if they have an all pre-approval, something can happen with the past 30 days, they lay on the credit card. Any small little
Anything.
thing can bring down
Exactly.
the approval.
Right.
Now, let me ask you, I'm curious about your strategy. What can you tell me? Because in our neighborhood, there's a lot of, not only in our neighborhood,
Right.
mainly, like garage converts, something like that. Do you, how your bank handle that?
as far as
Because some bank, they're very strict. You say you have the conversion, I need COs for that. Or,
Oh, yeah, we don't need COs.
yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't need COs. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as there's no
No open permits.
Oh, no open permit.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much the norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, we're
Exactly.
actually pretty good with that.
Yeah. We're very competitive, and, we're fast, I have to say. We have a great team.
Good.
Very knowledgeable between just us. I mean, I've been doing it over 20 years. He's been
Good.
doing it. And, good team. What I lack, he has. What he has, you know what I mean? So it's important, We have a great, she's our assistant, and she's very knowledgeable. And underwriters
Liz really took off. She really picked up
Yeah.
everything super quick.
Yeah,
Super
definitely.
quick. She's a real good asset. I mean, she's
Absolutely.
dealing with title and all that stuff. It's a whole different. A lot of people don't really understand it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, when we give a pre-approval, we look at everything. We don't just give a pre-approval. We make sure we structure it the right way, make sure it's the right loan for that person. And, now we know that they can go find a house, and it's at ease that when they find that house, it's exciting. We
Yes.
know that we're going to try to make their loan go as smooth as possible. It's so important because today it's tough.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
And in fact, because there's a lot of challenges, right? So a
Yeah.
lot of times what we do is people that have an income that doesn't surpass 79,600, where they would be normally more often than not in an FHA loan, we look to change them into a home ready conventional loan so that it's a better structure.
Let me ask you, can you explain me a little bit about Home Ready? How you structure Home Ready and what more or less about the guideline that you have?
Yeah, so essentially Home Ready is it gives you the ability to collect income from an accessory unit, be it a basement that has a kitchen, refrigerator, stove. It could be electric. Electric ideal.
Hot plate.
Hot plate. There has to be a sink, right? To do the dishes, and there has to be a complete bathroom, toilet, sink, and the window. Right, there has to have also a separate entrance to the basement, and the windows in the basement. There's got to be, if the windows are small, there needs to be an egress window so that if there's an emergency. That's one way. Also, in Patchogue, Medford areas, we see a lot is mother-daughters. That's a home ready opportunity as well.
Good.
So you actually get a little bit more rental income. So let's say someone that has a $50,000 income, we can increase their income through the home ready program through a mother-daughter rental apartment to get them to qualify for the house.
So it doesn't have to be a legal apartment. It
Right.
doesn't have to be. You're not being taxed.
It's a
Like it's a
single
legal.
family.
Right. It's a single family, and it's a great program because usually you cannot use that rental.
Correct.
But in that program, you can.
It gives them that little extra boost. Sometimes what's cool is that we can either get a co-borrower off the loan, so it's a single borrower, which is it's a lot better.
So the way it works is, let's say you make $50,000 a year. Now the max amount is $79,600
as far as your income,
Right.
including the rental income combined.
Yes.
So
I got it.
then you can use that rental income, and the combined income for both would be the 79.
Like if you're self-employed, that's a good one. This way you can use you can report that amount, right? So you can save yourself the taxes in terms of the rental income.
Got it.
So instead of reporting an extra 15,000, 17,000, you report through Home Ready. You do the Home Ready program, and that takes care of that gap.
Right.
So
good.
and the good
It's
thing,
It's a great
I love
program.
it. I love the program. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't use it.
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know why.
Yeah, and it actually gives you a better, it gives you a little bit better on the rate, an eighth of a point, and it also gives you a little bit better on the mortgage, on the private mortgage insurance premium, like the PMI. You get a little bit of a lower rate on that as well, and you can put that as low as 3%.
Yes.
So low is as
Instead of
opposed to
3.5, it's
Yeah.
3.
But yeah, you'd be surprised. Some people need to do the
Absolutely,
3%,
yes.
which we don't recommend it. But if that's your only option and you're renting and that's your opportunity, then obviously we would say go for it. It's a good opportunity. But yeah, we love the program,
Absolutely. Yeah.
and it's conventional. So
good.
it avoids all the little
Little
issues
things
and
that
challenges that we have
FHA.
with an FHA loan. Tremendous program.
And I'm sure, right, when you're like the offers that you guys are putting in right now,
Yes.
I'm sure the offers that are conventional, right? I mean, there's so many offers today that people looking at a conventional for some reason that they like it better rather
Correct.
than FHA.
Oh, right. That's more attractive.
It's more
Yeah.
attractive.
Yes, it
Right.
get more accepted,
Right.
acceptable by
Unconventional.
the listing agent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like someone who could go FHA, we can move them over to a home ready conventional and make it more appealing and be the loan for them
Right.
to start out right.
That's good.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's other programs out there like non-qualified mortgages. We do the no ratios. We do the debt service. In fact, a really good program for real estate agents, 1099, is the it's not a no ratio, but it's a what was it? It's a bank statement program where it's where you're showing your income through your bank account and not through your actual tax reportings. So for 1099, it's ideal because you don't have
Or
to.
your write-offs, on your tax return, you're not showing.
Right,
You
you're not
don't have to
showing.
show
Yeah,
it.
you know.
And there's a good information, especially for our real estate brokers
Yes.
and agents, that we're looking for the best auction.
Yes.
Right.
I don't want it to. First of all, I don't want a pre-approval that is all or that is not verified,
Exactly.
because it goes against your reputation, because next time somebody come with a pre-approval from you, nobody
That's
want to
right.
deal with you.
Absolutely.
I mean, as a broker, I has to make a decision
Yes.
who I let into my office.
Very true.
100%.
And if and don't get me wrong, every single week I get people coming to. I do a really good job, great job. But then when they create problems or they have a problem with the file, they
Right.
disappear.
That's
And for me, I mean, I rather the loan office tell me right up front, look, this is a problem file. You want
Yes.
to take it? It's going to take 3 months to fix it, to get it
Exactly.
done.
Yes.
Communication is important. I mean that for me, having the structure, the right team,
Yes.
really crucial for us to close deal. And that's why I always tell the structure that you have,
Yes.
determine. We can go really good salespeople.
That's right.
But we have like a weak
bad
team.
support, yeah.
We have like,
That's-
you're not.
That's
we're
everything.
running around.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
It's true on our end, yeah.
It's absolutely the truth. I mean, I've said it from the first day, my whole right when I taught you. First thing, make sure you have every single thing, every dot, I dot, T cross, because there's so many little things that can come up in
Yes.
the loan process.
Correct.
So for me, I'd rather know everything up front, structure it the right way. That way, your loan goes smooth. Any other way, it's a nightmare. I don't. I like to work like that.
And you've been in the business for a long time. Both of you have been in the business, but believe me,
Yes.
2008, 2009, 2010 was really tough.
It was really
tough.
tough.
You got to stand up really strong. And not only that, because
That's right.
everything was so difficult. The
So difficult.
lending was really tough.
That's
All-
right.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah, we were just talking to a client the other day. It took them over a year back then to buy a house. That was the normal.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It
now
was
it's like 30
crazy.
days, but back then it was about a year, 2010,
Yes.
because the new guidelines came out and
That's
everything else,
right.
and nobody really knew how to work them.
Yeah.
And it was a disaster.
Tough.
But
It was
Tough.
tough.
But you know what? We grew a lot from then, and you have to just. It's the only way to work. Like I cannot work any other way. I will not. I'm not going to take a file from anybody, and unless it's a full, complete package, and I can give you a correct pre-approval that I know that I'm going to be able to close it, and I'm not going to have a problem, because then you have 1,000 phone calls and I answer every call.
And there's one thing one thing you noted from us real estate agent. We sent you the binder yesterday.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're asking when we're closing.
Oh, okay, absolutely.
And then what's the matter with you?
Exactly. It's like where you call every day.
Did you order the appraisal?
Yes, exactly.
That's
Well, the funniest thing is we had an agent calling us and saying, "Are we clear to close yet?" Meanwhile, they didn't want to close for 3 months, but they wanted us to have a clear to close 3 months before, right?
Ready.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, every day we were like,
Yeah.
"But why are you asking
If
me?"
we're not closing-
Like, exactly. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need all updated documents. So, like, what's the sense?
Yes, and that's one thing that I try to set the expectation, because if you tell the agent, look, this is the way I work,
Yes.
because sometimes if you don't pick up one call, you say, this guy don't pick up, or this girl
goodness,
don't
yeah.
pick up. And then, but if you tell them from the beginning, this is how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a report. I'm going to email you or something like that. You have it very clear.
Exactly.
You eliminate this crazy call.
Yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We're intense from the real estate part, and sometimes we're innocent that we don't know why we call it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You 1,000%.
I agree.
'Cause if-
And it's fun. Listen,
Yeah.
I like the intenseness. I mean, I love to close loans. It's
exciting. Solving problems is exciting.
It is.
Especially
You get a clear to close, you're like, yeah. But
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah.
it's you just have to make sure, like for us, I always they make jokes with me that I answer spam calls. You never
She answers
know.
every call. Every single call. I'm surprised she's not answering a call right now. It's
Right.
only because she turned it off. She's not allowed.
I'm not allowed.
The only time she's not
It's
allowed,
funny.
like where we have to actually put her foot down.
Because I would rather know, like, if there's an issue, I want to know from the very beginning that there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
'cause
It
then
makes our
just-
life a lot
yeah,
easier. We're
yeah,
not-
I
yeah.
have to answer that phone call.
And in our business, very similar.
Yes.
I train my agents to call everybody before they go home.
Right.
Otherwise, if they they dance around with the call, I don't want to call. They're afraid to call the client.
Right.
The deal die, and they're like take 3 days to tell the homeowner. Just tell him the deal is dead.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
You have to.
I mean, that's just part of it. You know, be upfront, say what's going on, and everybody's happy.
You know, that's the first thing I learned when I got into sales and into building relationships. The number one thing that I was taught was that if a client called back, don't hide under your desk.
Correct.
Don't
Right.
hide under your desk. Just make sure you're the opposite. Like you said, be proactive.
Yeah.
You call them. You reach out to them. Sometimes,
Yes.
like you said, if they miss a call, there's like some, and the client a lot of times are the real estate agents for us.
Yeah.
The real estate agents are really the person that we
Right.
are working with when we get a relationship from them. So so we have the client and we have the relationship client piece of it as
Yeah.
well. So it's a multiple level, I guess,
Yeah.
of dealing with people. So it's key that you're always like showing face in this business
Always.
because when things go
Yeah.
wrong, you gotta
Yes.
step up.
Yes.
Oh, 100%.
And sooner or later, something is gonna go wrong, and we have to deal
Murphy's
with that.
Law.
Yes.
We have to. You have to tell the people, look, the deal died.
Right.
Let's move on. Find another house or get the
Exactly.
house back on the market.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah,
So
I agree.
So I wanted to ask you en español ahora, te voy a hacer unas
Ok,
preguntas.
está
Porque,
bueno.
o sea, quería, o sea, si quieres, si nos puedes decir, o sea, cuál fue la razón que entraste en el negocio? O sea, ¿qué es lo que te inspira a ti a trabajar? O sea, y también si al final, si puedes dar un poquito de información, ¿sabe? ¿A qué tú le puedes decir en español? O sea, a los
Ok.
real estate agents y a los clientes.
Bueno, a los real estate agents, si no están con Arby, es tiempo de que vengan conmigo.
Es tiempo de cambiar.
Es tiempo de cambiar. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo los 4 elementos que todos los agentes están buscando. Número 1 es el apoyo de mi persona full time, el apoyo de la oficina, tenemos leads, tenemos training. So, si está buscando algo mejor, pues yo le puedo ofrecer una alternativa. Posiblemente no va a ser bueno para todos, pero sí le tenemos buenas opciones.
Perfecto, perfecto. Y ahora, Héctor, si nos puedes decir un poco cómo tú entraste en el negocio, qué fue lo que, que un día tú dijiste, mira, esto es para mí, eso es lo que yo quiero hacer con mi vida.
Verdaderamente fue la necesidad económica, primero, porque no sabía qué hacer. Y tenía familia pequeña, niños pequeños, y pues empecé y luego descubrí que me gustaba.
¿Qué te gusta? Wow,
I like
qué
it.
nítido.
Sí.
Se fue algo así de, tú lo hiciste funcional para ti.
Lo hice funcionar.
Y después es algo que naturalmente, porque tú has estado en este negocio mucho tiempo y tú eres un líder en la comunidad y también en el negocio.
Sí.
Que obvio tú has pasado por muchas diferentes cosas en este
Y
negocio.
ahora pues básicamente que lo hago por un legado. Yo quiero hacer la diferencia con los nuevos agentes. Quiero influenciar nuevos agentes para que hagan lo que yo hice.
Sí.
Porque si yo vengo de estar rentando en un cuarto, a estar viviendo en un basement, a ser millonario en este negocio, ¿qué más le puede pedir?
¿Qué más le puedes pedir? Exacto. Sí, pues mire, felicidades, en serio, desde el corazón. Usted es una inspiración en el negocio. O sea, aunque usted no me conoce súper, yo no me conoce así pero yo sí, yo he estado estudiando lo que estaba haciendo y cómo va el negocio y cómo estás mantenido en un negocio que no es fácil.
Y este negocio no es fácil mantenerse porque año con año es nueva clientela.
Exacto.
Año con año, eso es muy difícil.
Y muchas cosas cambian también en términos de las leyes, el negocio, la economía. Siempre hay algo diferente. Y a mí, personalmente eso es algo que me encanta porque siempre me da más oportunidades, me da más obstáculos de derrotar, que digamos, ¿sabes? Cosas para uno continuar, estar encima del juego y continuar peleando y manteniendo la hambre.
Y manteniendo el hambre. Y sobre todo, pues, tener el deseo de ayudar a las personas.
Sí, el deseo.
¿Por qué? Porque eso fue mi descubrimiento. Tiene uno que tener el deseo de ayudar a las personas. Ayudar a las personas y después viene el dinero. Obviamente que uno entra por el dinero, pero después descubre que tiene que ayudar a las personas.
Eso es lo que te mantiene.
Eso es lo que me mantiene.
Me encanta.
Y pues siempre me gusta, hay algo que yo siempre quiero ser generoso. No tengo que andar diciéndole a las personas qué hago como por generosidad, pero sí tengo que eso me motiva para seguir adelante.
Wow. Okay.
Tener como quien dice, I can be generous, que puedo ser generoso.
Sí, vamos a decir eso en inglés también.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can,
Yeah.
because I think that's a good one.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so the thing that motivates me is that being successful in real estate, I can be generous. I can take care of myself, but not only myself, other people also.
I love that.
That's amazing. Beautiful.
That's great.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great. If you ever lose motivation, that's a great way to keep that motivation going in all cylinders.
Oh, absolutely.
Because in this business, you know how it is. You can't always be motivated, but I think there's got to be a point where your discipline takes over.
Yes.
Right, and you're consistent, and when the motivation comes back, where you
Yeah.
keep getting it,
Keep
you build
going.
you build
That's
on
right.
that.
Yeah.
You build on that.
Wow,
And the good
that's
thing
great.
that's this business, you don't retire. You can push forward till 80, whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yes, make it your
Exactly.
own lifestyle,
Yeah.
how you want to live it, how you want to
Yeah.
work it. It's beautiful.
That
It's a good
is.
opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I a family member was a real estate agent till she was 86.
Wow. Wow.
Imagine, 86.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah, I mean, she took, obviously when she wanted it, but she was a busy woman.
And she built that
and
for herself.
yeah,
She
absolutely.
bought herself that opportunity, that
Yeah.
way of being.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so
love
Hector, is there? Can you tell the audience where they can reach out to you, where they can reach you, phone
Yes.
number, social media, redes sociales, todo eso?
All right, so my name is Hector Villatoro. I'm the broker for RV Realty. We're located 1771 Brentwood Road, and my number is 631-745-5721.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Hector. Thank you for
Yes.
being our special
problem.
guest
Yes,
today.
thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much. It was so
Appreciate it
nice
very
meeting
much.
you.
Nice meeting you.
Yes, you too.
And everyone, thank you. That wraps up another episode for the Homeroom Lending Podcast, and we'll catch you next time.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.